Hello, and welcome to How to Play D&D, the explainer podcast where one experienced dungeon master and one failed scriptwriter discuss D&D topics. My name is Kinsey, and my ridiculously inadequate pod partner is Lewis McCaffery. Hello, Lewis.
That was perfect.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Yes, thank you.
I was waiting for the slip up, as always.
I've been editing these all night, and I now understand I have to pronounce some of my words.
rather practicing than just, in the mirror.
Yes,
in the
rather
shower.
than just saying them as fast as possible.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I really think this podcast is coming along.
Yeah, I'm trying to step away from my mumble rap days and trying to speak a little clearer.
Fair enough.
I mean, I won't do that well once I've got into it and I've forgotten what we're talking about.
No, I mean, when don't we do that? So
yeah, exactly. That's fine. So.
I think that's what people like. That's what the people want us to talk about random shit.
Yes. And that's what we're about to do.
Oh.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're about to do.
We're about to do.
Already.
He started,
I've done it. I failed. I just want to say, I mean, by the time this episode comes out, it would have been a couple of weeks since we started our Patreon. We've had our ad come out, which we haven't spoken about in those previous episodes.
I've forgotten about that.
I think this is episode 6 of season 3 at this point.
Maybe.
But as some people know from our previous episodes, we've edited all these sooner because we're going away. Mad amounts of followers and responses, reshares across
in like the past week,
TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, mad. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Round
of applause for yourself.
Thank you. We can no longer say we've only got 2 followers.
We actually can't, and it's great.
We've
now got a solid 4.
Literally,
we've got 4 viewers.
And may all 4 of you do well in life, and the rest of you can go fuck yourselves.
Wow, alright. You know which 4 we mean.
Yes. Not you. Can you guess what class we're dealing with today?
See, at first you were talking about chatting random shit, so I was going to say Bard, but with follower, I'm going to guess Ranger. For companion.
It is Ranger. There we go. No, it's Bards. Let's get to it. Okay, so today's episode is on Bards, the class for those that want to be cool because they weren't in school. It's the Bard, but fear not, for those that think they are already cool in real life, also continue to play as themselves in this world too. Am I right?
You are
definitely right.
I'd say so. Yeah.
You either got charisma and for some reason you're like, I just want to be myself, or you've got none, so you go, I'll play the Bard.
Yeah, I think
you're not wrong.
That's the biggest challenge with Bards, trying to be charismatic when you've got no charisma.
Yes, and yet the first person to pick a Bard every time is someone without any charisma.
Yeah,
but
me.
Yeah, there we go. I haven't played a Bard yet, but it's my time.
Your time to shine.
Lewis, I've managed to bag myself a one-way ticket to hell at the cost of 4 members of my actual family. Having spent time with them at Christmas, which one do you think I should save?
Oh, no.
No pressure. What am I doing?
I already know exactly who you should save, and it's Bruce. And if it's not Bruce, then I'm leaving.
Bruce is my dog. There's 6 members of my family, and he's picked none of them. He's just picked the dog. So, safe bet.
I'm sorry, Connor's family, if you're listening to this, but Bruce is Bruce.
Well, they are the 4 listeners. So the other 2 are the ones who aren't listening, and they're the 2 you should have picked.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Can you summarise the type of class a Bard is?
Yes, so best way to describe it, I think, for a Bard is that they are like a support class. They're kind of, depending on which subclass you go for, they're either, you can treat it as a full caster or mainly it's a half caster, so that they can go around bashing people with loots, playing music and casting some spells.
Beautiful. That's beautiful, yeah. And they do that.
They do that.
We appreciate when they do.
Yeah.
What die does a player roll when levelling their Bard?
I'm going to cover that. Do you want to guess?
Well, I have thought about this.
Oh.
I reckon, I have not read that, can't see that from here. I think it's a D8 because they're a spellcaster. Am I learning?
Kind of. So far we've mentioned wizards at D6, fighters D10, druids D8. Did we do cleric? I think we did.
We did
cleric.
Maybe
that's next.
Might be cleric next.
We've
done a lot this week. This is our sit for one this week.
Yeah, I don't know what day it is. So, are you locking in D8?
I'm going D8. It's got to be better than a wizard.
It is. It's a D8. I was hoping you'd get it wrong, and I could command everyone to ridicule you.
I am the vessel for everyone who listens who's learning.
That's
and the fact that I'm also learning shows that hopefully you guys are learning too. And if you're not, just, do you know what? Unfollow. Everything we said at the beginning, ignore it.
Yeah.
You're not wanted.
Why not?
Yeah,
I mean, if you're learning from me, that's pretty worrying, because half of these episodes, it's me going, is that right?
Yeah, it's true. That's fair enough. And then I'm going, yeah, of course it is. And then I go drink at lunchtime. Okay.
When else should you?
Yeah, exactly. What are the main stats a player should focus on when creating a bard?
Okay, so I think for the bard, this is one of the ones where... One of the few classes where, in my opinion, it should be only 2. You know, with fighter, you could go strength or dex, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think for a bard, you should always go charisma as the number 1 and dexterity is the second. Okay. Charisma, not only because your spellcasting modifier relies on that, but you're a bard. You're supposed to be the charming one, the one that can talk you out of situations, haggle prices down, that kind of thing. And dex... 1 for any finesse weapons you use, for acrobatic checks, things like that, and your AC and your initiative.
You're heavily relied upon in roleplay, and those make or break moments where you can persuade someone by charming them is really helpful, and we need you.
Yeah,
Never
exactly.
thought I'd say that.
No,
come back to me. I miss the kids.
Who's this, Jeff? No, Sydney and Jeff. Damn it, Jeff.
What makes the bard such a great class to play?
Okay, I think bards, personally, they obviously shine in roleplay, I think, the most. And I think that's the one where, if you've got a bard in your party, you know that you're going to be covered in a lot of roleplay situations where you can charm your way out of things. I think that's where bards shine the most. That's what makes them so good, because it's all well and good being in combat and you've got a fighter who is always the one that goes in and does the big amount of damage, but you're not going to be in combat all the time. So for those roleplay situations, it's a lot more unique when a bard can kind of be the saving grace in a situation.
Yeah, and they're a great support class in combat as well.
Oh, 100%.
I personally dislike the bard class, but I'm yet to find someone who plays the bard class and actually plays the tunes.
Yeah, true.
Full time.
I don't know if were you in that session? In the server we used to run, we actually had a bard who wanted to use bardic inspiration, so actually sung a rendition of "I'm Just Ken."
Yes,
it was beautiful. Yeah. And if you're listening,
thank you very much, Charlotte.
Yeah, it's one of my treasured D&D memories. It was fantastic.
Okay, could you name 3 feats you'd personally take when building a bard?
Yes. So number 1, classic. I've stuck with Warcaster. Yeah, but the explanation for it being, if you're playing a bard that's a support class and you want to cast things like Bless, I don't know, not your bardic inspiration, but things like that, like haste and all those spells, you're going to need that. You're going to need to be the one kind of at the back that's supporting others, that constantly bolstering your allies. And that's why I think Warcaster, which, for those that don't know and haven't listened to the previous episodes, because I've explained it about 4 times now, what are you doing? It basically allows you to cast spells as a reaction. Those spells must have a casting time of an action to do that, and it also gives you advantage on your concentration checks to maintain spells, which basically means whenever you take damage, you get advantage on trying to maintain concentration.
Right.
So that one being the number 1, mainly for the support aspect of it, because you don't want a support character that constantly has to reapply their spells, kind of thing. Second one being Inspiring Leader, obviously, as a bard, which what that does is you spend 10 minutes giving like a speech to your allies, and it's perfect if you actually do spend 10 minutes giving a speech.
Yes, nothing pleases people more than a 10-minute talk to.
Exactly. I mean, it could be a magical moment, a bonding moment for the characters and the players.
Yeah,
why not? But that, in turn, that gives them temporary hit points of up to 6 people, equal to your bard level and plus your charisma modifier. So if you're a level 10 bard with plus 5 in charisma, that's 15 hit points.
Yeah, beautiful. That's a lot. That helps.
Exactly. And the third one, I think this is the only class I've picked this for so far, and it's the Lucky Feat. Not for the ability in combat, but particularly I chose that for when you're trying to do those like last minute charisma checks or persuasion checks, because what it does, it gives you 3 luck points, and at any point you can spend a luck point to re-roll either a saving throw, attack roll, or ability check, like persuasion, that kind of thing. So
and you get they restart after a long rest.
Exactly, yeah. So that kind of thing, that kind of, I'll say versatility with it, the being able to add that extra bit of cheese to your persuasion is perfect for a bard.
If you're playing the bard and you're relied upon, it's probably a make or break moment. So those luck points are really helpful.
100%. Yeah, nice. Bards. I think bards are one of the ones that often come in clutch. They're very
when they're needed, they're really needed. Yeah. Okay. Well, quite a quick one. Do you have any questions?
I do have a question. Damn it.
There we go.
So, in pop culture, movies, TV shows, that kind of thing, who do you think would be a bard?
Ooh. I mean, it kind of makes sense that musicians would be.
Yeah.
Outside of any musicians, a bard.
What about the Pied Piper or someone like that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or would they be a Beastmaster Ranger?
More that, because he's only persuading rats.
True.
To follow him, not really actually anything of use.
I mean, hey, people can identify as rats if they want.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know why my first thought, which is definitely wrong, was Cicero in Skyrim.
Okay.
The Jester. I mean, he'd probably be a rogue or something because he's an assassin, but
he's meant to fake the idea that he's something he's not. Yeah. Right?
And he is adorably charming in a very murderous kind of way.
That is true. Yeah.
But I mean, I've not said this before, but if anyone's got any better ideas to school us,
send them through.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, and on those who are listening on YouTube, you love it. So continue to shit on us, please.
Please.
Physically.
Please.
And through the internet.
I need to eat tonight.
Yeah, Papa's hungry and he's waiting for his shit salad. And today's adventure is sadly coming to a close. We'll be back again next week with a topic. What were the first rulers measured with? As always, thank you for tuning in, and if you'd like to join in on the D&D action, then please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at How to Play D&D, or check out the link in our bio to join our Discord server. And for BTS of sessions, bloopers, blogs, early access to episodes, and even live Q&As, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/howtoplaydd. The one thing that we have missed out on here is the fact that we do post up what is it?
Is it
extra episodes?
Ooh.
Not
of course.
Not episodes for the podcast, but just general chit chat. It could be anything that's kind of D&D related, but they're not necessarily topical.
So if your ears aren't bleeding enough already,
if you just want to hear our opinions, because my teachers, parents, or work colleagues don't, we would really appreciate if you did.
Yeah, it'd be great.
There we go. I've been Colin Kinsey.
I've been Lewis McCaffery.
Good day.
Goodbye.